All right, welcome to another unboxing video. So for this video, we are going to be unboxing Bojji and Kage from Osama Ranking or Ranking of Kings. So this figure was made by Bandai Spirits, part of their SH Figuarts line. It's the articulated line, so you'll be able to change out different parts. His official release was April 23rd, 2022. He stands about 3.5 inches tall. I bought him off of Hobby Link Japan. I ordered him on April 24th. So after his release date, I was able to pick one up. He was kind of sold out everywhere. I paid for him on April 27th. It shipped the next day on April 28th, DHL shipping. And I ended up getting him on May 2nd. So he cost about 4,199 yen. I ended up paying $36.77. I actually bought these other shirts and stuff within the shipment, but I'm going to disregard that because once you pay for stuff at Hobby Link Japan, you could choose to send it to your private warehouse. If you watched my other video about Big Bad Toy Store, you don't have to pay for shipping just yet because obviously the more stuff that you kind of put together in one whole shipment, you'll be able to possibly save more money. So same thing here with Hobby Link Japan. They call theirs not the pile loot, but they call it a private warehouse. When I was clicking which ones to ship out, it seems like this box is like the smallest box that they have. No matter what, if I shipped out the shirts or just the figure itself, the shipping cost was going to be the same. I forgot to kind of take a screenshot of all the costs for all the other shipments, but I ended up picking DHL because DHL is going to be fastest. EMS was slightly less, so I might as well just get DHL. And obviously within like 3-4 days, I was able to get this figure very fast. So DHL shipping cost 3,820 yen, which cost me about $33.45. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this figure. There's not that many Bojji and Kage figures from the anime. You're basically stuck getting the Nendoroid or the SH Figuarts. So it was only one of the other. There isn't any scale figures or anything of him. I'm not sure that there's that big market for him for scale figures, but this is kind of like the next best thing. I watched the anime earlier this year. I enjoyed it, so I might as well buy something from it. And of course, I got to get Bojji, man. And before I start unboxing this, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't already, I'm at 181 subscribers as of May 3rd. So I'm so appreciative. I'm gaining subscribers little by little each and every day. So each newcomer here, welcome, thank you. And I want to give shout outs to, there's been a couple comments since my last video, so I want to give you guys a shout out real quick. So shout outs to Si Han Chen. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but I appreciate you leaving a comment. I hope you're able to resolve your problem with your figure. So shout outs to you. And shout outs to you, Sinir Sayada. Also sorry for destroying your guys' names. I promise you I'm not trying to do that on purpose, but I appreciate your comment. I really want to know though, what country are you from? Because it's very hard to do these videos because a big cost to these figures is the shipping, and each country is different. There's import costs, there's all these kind of costs for, you know, different countries. So I hope that, you know, everyone that's able to get these figures is able to buy it as cheaply as possible. So dang, man, DHL from whatever country you're getting your figure from, that's a hefty price. For 10K Japanese yen, just for DHL shipping, that is a huge jump. So yeah, if I were you, I would just wait until whichever kind of anime figure store that you have in your country, they get it and then just buy it from them because it's probably going to be way cheaper then. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out my blog at otakusin.com. That is where I do figure reviews as well. And I cover right now 2 animes, The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2 and Spy Family. I have other stuff on there like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, Ranking of Kings. I did some reviews over that. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check them out on blog at otakusin.com, and let's go ahead and unbox this figure. And like I mentioned earlier, I guess this is the smallest box that they had. So putting it all together, it didn't change the price at all. So 2 shirts, 1 figure. That DHL price that I mentioned, that 3,820 yen, that was pretty much set in stone for this box. And you'll notice Hobby Link Japan, they print out their logo. their information, kind of like Ami Ami Big Bag Toy Store. They have their own printout of their logos like on their box. So you'll notice with that. And of course right here, the information below is just my, I don't want to dox myself, but it just gives you information regarding that you ship through DHL, and then you have your invoice in here that I already took out. So yeah, let's go ahead and open it. If you guys ever order from Hobby Link Japan, how they package their shipments, they always cut out like a cardboard underneath, and then they always shrink wrap your items with it. And what it does is it kind of helps a little bit secure it in place. It fits snug to the box to keep your products in place. Obviously the shrink wrap keeps it in place, but the cardboard low key keeps it in place, and it keeps the weight of your shipment lower. Rather than, Ami Ami, they stuff so much stuffing into their box, but it makes it a bit heavier. But this is another thing that I noticed that specifically from Hobby Link Japan, how they package their shipments out to you. This is my third or fourth shipment from Hobby Link Japan. This is typically what they do, and I never had a problem with any of my products being like jacked up or anything like that. So Hobby Link Japan, their shipments are safe and secure. Never had an issue so far, so shout outs to them. Yeah, so I did buy like 2 XL shirts from them. Japanese sizes are typically 1 to 2 sizes bigger, so I typically wear like large shirts. So I'm hoping, this is my first time ordering straight from Japan, so hopefully these shirts fit me pretty well. Yeah, taking a look at the box real quick, it is not that big. Obviously he's only like 3.5 inches tall, but the box itself, I mean, it's pretty typical. This is typically what you should expect out of a figure box like this. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about the box, but I like the box. The tape is really going to be at the bottoms on the sides right here. So let's go ahead and open that. It looks like in the box, the manual is behind the cardboard that's in it. So it looks like here on the packaging, they didn't tape it or anything. Sometimes there's tape around. It doesn't feel like there's any tape. So it looks like it just pops straight open. Let's go ahead and mess around with his face. I want to play around with his face. It looks like the hair comes off, and then there's the face plates. And then from there, I'm going to put the cape on him. Here you can see that there is the little spot, so you kind of pull off his hair. And what you notice about this figure is just how kind of bendable it is. I don't know the correct word or whatever to kind of get the feel. As you can see, the face just comes straight off after that top of the hair. But yeah, it's a very, bendable kind of figure. You could feel that everything, it's not fragile, right? It's meant to move. It's meant to switch parts, that type of thing. I think from here, you should be able to pull him off like that. That way we could put the cape on right over him. Let's go ahead and remove this little plastic piece too, actually. So got the cape on. So honestly, I'm just kind of freeballing him. So I'm gonna go ahead and put his head back on there. So right underneath, it'll fit straight in. It snaps in really easily. You'll just notice, like, if you get this figure or anything like that, just how easily removable it is. Typically, with a lot of action figures and doll figures, you're going to be messing around with the joints a lot. So if you've seen my last video about the Ronin Warriors one, it's a little bit harder to kind of put it together. But these two pieces, those two figures, they're definitely made a little bit differently. This is going to be a little bit more bendable. The way that the pieces fits on a lot easier than that figure. So let's just go ahead and put this face back on real quick. I'm gonna go for angry face, serious face, Bojji. Here you have his hair, it just snaps back on. I'm gonna see if I could put on his sword. So let's start by removing his little hands. Again, the joints and everything, the parts, very easily removable. It snaps in place, it snaps out of place very well and easy. Here I have his left hand, I think, and it looks like this is one where he can hold the sword in. Here is his other hand. It looks like this is the hand that kind of helps hold his sheath in place. You know what? For some reason, I thought the sword, it looks like the sheath with the sword is a different item than the sword. I thought the sword would be inside the sheath. Screw it, let's just do the sword. Here you have Kage. It looks like he's just a little plastic piece. There's nothing actually that special about him. So let's actually swap out his face and kind of see what it looks like with a smiling face. Here's happy smiling, I'm just training face. Here's Bojji just enjoying his training with Despa face. Here's the oh snaps, I couldn't take Oaken down face. Here is the regular Bojji face. So I went ahead and removed his sword. I'm going to put the little stick in just to make sure that it fits and works. So it looks like the stick fits. And the last thing I want to do actually is to make sure that this piece actually fits with this figure. So the sword is separate, but this piece right here, it actually comes off, which helps put it in place actually. So let's just stick it in his hand. Right now I'm just trying to maneuver it to get into a spot that looks like really natural. So his arm goes about, that's about as far as his arm right here goes. And of course the hand kind of just can move around however much that you want it to move around. So I'm trying to do that with this. So yeah, this is about as close that I can get to look kind of natural. But yeah, altogether the figure moves pretty good. It moves where I want it to. It's just about as smooth that I could think that it could really move, to be honest. See, I'm not that big of a fan of an action figure. As you guys know, I always repeat that I'm a scale figure guy. Just give me one whole piece if you can, and I can swap out a few pieces. I'm cool with that. When it comes to action figures, it's just, there's a lot of things that I have to do. It's awesome that you could change the way he looks, but you have to change the way he looks. So you're constantly, every single day, if you get sick of him, you can change the way he looks. So that is a huge plus, but I'm low labor. I'm a low labor person. Just give me one and I accept the way it originally looks from the design. But yeah, overall, it doesn't feel fragile at all. All the pieces seem to fit where it needs to fit. The sword fits, the sticks fits. The sword in the sheath fits. I'm impressed for what it is. You know, it cost me a little bit under 70 bucks. If you buy it from a US store, you're probably paying like a little bit less. I see it for different stores like around 60 bucks. So 60 bucks, not a bad deal. He basically sold out of Japan. I paid with shipping, DHL shipping, basically paid like 70 bucks for him, which I'm still pretty happy with. He's a character I really like from the anime, so cool. All right, let's talk about this figure. So yes, this is my first SH Figuarts figure from Bandai Spirits. It is an articulated figure, so you could change various parts, his face expressions, his hands, and then he has a cape. So that's basically the elements of what you can change him. Joint wise, in his arms, his elbows, it reaches almost about halfway through his body. You could pretty much bend it where it looks most natural. Just feeling him in general, he seems very easy to move around. It's one of those figures where, you know, you could feel that he's plastic. So if you drop him or anything, as long as you don't drop him on like a really hard surface, you won't get any kind of real marks or dents or anything that's going to be placed on him. The painting in general looks fine. There isn't anything on him that looks like really off. He's very accurate to the character. It looks just like him. All the face expressions, his hands, the poses, the swords, everything looks right on target of what you would expect the character to look like. So yeah, fitting in the sword, fitting in the stick. I mean, yeah, what more can you really ask for like an action figure? But yeah, price-wise, you can get him from basically any US store. He is sold out though right now at a lot of US stores, but I still seen him on Right Stuff Anime. He might be at maybe another store, but like even Lunar Toy Store, Ukiokumo, all the places that I frequently go to for a US retail store online, they are sold out. But Right Stuff Anime looks like they might still have some of them available, or they'll be getting him in pretty soon. So it's a lot cheaper. I won't say a lot cheaper, but it is cheaper if you're trying to do like DHL shipping or EMS shipping and buying him overseas. He might be a little bit cheaper just if you're willing to wait for a US retail store to grab him to grab him here in the States. That might be your best option if you're worried about the price. But yeah, he sold out really quick. The pre-orders everywhere was sold out. When he got released, I saw him on Hobby Genki. He was there for maybe one day, and then he got sold out, and Hobby Link Japan was like the last spot. So I grabbed one of the last orders from Hobby Link Japan. But yeah, my experiences so far with Hobby Link Japan has just been good. Their packaging is good. The shipping, the whole process with them has been good. I might have emailed them maybe like one time. Yeah, so far everything's been smooth sailing. If you go to myfigurecollection.net, you'll notice that if you just click on this name, it'll list like all the figures that are set to be released or they're to release with this figure. The two top most popular choices would be this SH Figuarts figure line, which is out right now if you guys can snatch them up somewhere. But other than that, your next best choice is the Nendoroid. The Nendoroids, they are like mostly sold out too. But it seems like Right Stuff Anime is one of the few places that still have the Nendoroid for pre-order still available. You might want to check out some other stores too. Yeah, if you're trying to get him on AmiAmi.com, I believe he's sold out there too, the Nendoroid. But yeah, this is a character, to me, he's pretty niche. The anime itself is pretty niche. It's popular, but I don't think it's as popular as, say, like Spy Family. I could be wrong, but yeah, judging by the figures that they made for him, it's still it's not as popular enough to make any bigger scale figures. I haven't seen. It's only been Bandai pretty much, and then the freeing for Nendoroids that made him. So altogether, he is, you know, he's pretty much worth it for especially what's out there right now. Even if you're like a scale person like I am that want to buy bigger, elaborate kind of designs that are extra detailed. For his design of his character, he's a pretty basic design character. There's nothing about him that's actually like super special. It's more of his personality, the way the show is written. It's the story that actually pops out the most in the characters. And Bojji is not actually the best character in my opinion in the show. Just like most like shonens, just most animes or shows in general, the protagonist is not the most interesting character, but he might be the most lovable, but he's not like the most interesting. This figure is definitely worth it. It's not that much money, in my opinion. For anything like under $100, I don't really deem it to be that much. So if you have a little bit of spare money, if you got a regular job, you know, you can spare $67 for a figure like this. If you're debating whether or not to get him, I mean, in general, he's what you would expect an action figure to be. The way he looks, everything, it's like pretty much perfect, you know. He's pretty much Bojji, man. And you have the Kage little piece. He's just a little plastic piece. I mean, this probably cost less than $1 to make this figure, or Kage itself. Probably less than 50 cents just to make Kage. So it's just a little extra little side piece to put next to Bojji. But the main thing about this figure is Bojji. It's not Kage. The way he moves, the way he looks, the different face plates, you could make him the way that you want. Yeah, I don't really have anything else really extra detailed to say other than he's mostly sold out, so it might be kind of hard to get him. I'm sure the resale market is going to be pretty high for him because it doesn't look like they made enough of him, which is interesting. But yeah, he cost me 4,199 yen. The shipping for DHL, it was the most expensive shipping on there, so there were cheaper options, was 3,820 yen. So altogether, I paid about $70.22 for the shipping and the figure. I did get the shirts, but the shirts had no bearing on the shipping price. It all fit in that same exact box that they were gonna send me anyways. He's cool, he's dope, he's easy to work with. No pieces are loose, nothing is fragile, and he stands up. You don't really need a base for him. He stands up just fine. If you just adjust his legs and feet, his joints, it seems to be working fine. It seems to be able to hold him up, whichever way you kind of want to make his design design him to look like. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. So yeah, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I'm at 181 subscribers. I want to say thank you to you guys that are commenting, liking, and subscribing. For the new guys, since this past video, I just want to say welcome and thank you. But yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out my blog at otakusin.com. That's where I also do figure reviews, and I cover anime. So Spy Family, I'm covering that. And I'm also covering The Rising of Shield Hero Season 2. And I'm taking a look at other animes that I want to watch and do reviews on and make content for. So go ahead and check out that. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about SH Figuarts, Bandai in general, what kind of figures that they make. And let me know what else do you guys really want out of this character. What do you guys, what kind of figures do you want? Do you want like a more elaborate like scale figure, a more expensive figure? Or do you think that this SH Figuarts and the Nendoroid is fine for this character? Yeah, let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe, check out my blog at otakusin.com, and I'll see you guys on the next one.